Nigerian. Today, born with a natural flair to bring people together, Dare Olatoye is a visionary entrepreneur and the co-founder of the True Flutter, a dating app that has transformed the lives of millions. He's here today to talk relationship with me, and the question is, does age really matter when you're looking for someone to marry? So now, before we go in, welcome to Wake Up Nigeria again.
Thank you.
So let me ask the question. Just answer the question, yes or no. Does it matter when you're looking for someone to marry?
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Nope.
All right, so now tell me, why do you think it doesn't matter?
Because there's more important things.
Like?
There's more important things, respect, there's more friendship, love, trust. There are more important things in a relationship than the age.
Okay. Okay, so now, since you said that there are more important things, I love the fact that you said respect first. Because a lot of people, especially in this climate, right? People are big on respect, especially the guys, right? And for some weird reason, they believe that she will only respect me if I'm older than her or more advanced than her in certain areas. Do you understand? And age seems to be a very big one. So what do you have to say about the dynamics right here in Nigeria and in Africa generally?
Yeah, I think you respect people that excel in their space.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think it's just natural like that. So sometimes you might meet someone even younger than yourself, and like a gentleman that's younger than yourself, and you respect him because of his personality, because of what he's done, achieved in his field, and you tend to respect him because of that, not because of his age.
Not because of his age.
Not because of his age.
All right. Okay. So now talking about people that are. So now I know the prevailing one. I mean, a lot of times because of the way we're brought up. Most times, probably the lady's younger, the guy is older. Now, when the table turns, are you really saying that also doesn't matter when you have an older woman dating a younger guy? Because families really frown upon it. Really?
Yeah, some families actually do, and due to my experience from my matchmaking experience, I know a lot of men actually frown at that. And I know one of the major reasons is because maybe childbirth. For instance, if the man is in his 30s, early 30s, and the lady is in her early 40s, that might be of a concern to them when it comes to having a relationship with them or something that can transcend into marriage. But what I always tell them is that if you understand the person's state and you can accept them for who they are and you know what's to come, then I think that you can actually go into a relationship with them. There are different ways of how to, conceive, either IVF or surrogacy, through surrogacy. But that is one of the major things. And if you feel that you can deal with it, then I don't think that is a problem.
Okay, okay. So now I'm going to ask this question because I actually know someone whose husband is older with a good number of years, like 10, 12 years. And I know one of the issues I hear about is the generational gap, right? How things in his generation are not the way things are in this. Now we have the Gen Z struggle, right? Everybody's trying to understand them. So now imagine a millennial dating a Gen Z. Now, are you trying to say those kind of structural and major generational pillars don't matter?
They matter in some way, in a way. Imagine someone talking about Michael Cree. Michael Cree was very popular in the 80s, and a Gen Z doesn't even, they can't connect.
It is, yeah.
But it's being able to adapt, to the person's, what the person is exposed to, and also being able to learn from each other.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, we're all open to learning, and sometimes there are a lot of things that you might not know in your field, regardless of your age, that you can actually learn from your spouse.
True. Okay, so now I want you to give us straight up tips on adapting and adjusting to dating someone older or way younger than yourself.
So first of all, I think it's about the mindset. The mindset is actually the most important thing.
Okay.
What's the mindset? What are you exposed to? What are the things that would make a great relationship? Okay. Like for someone like myself, I'm a very liberal guy. Like I have so many cousins that they're older than their husbands, even 10 years older than their husbands, and nobody knew about it. So it's all about boundaries. At the end of the day, it's about you and your partner, nobody else, because different people would have different opinions about your marriage or your relationship. So it depends, it's about your mindset and what you're going through. Also your expectations when you're going into that relationship. What are your expectations? Okay, would you have an issue with this 10 years down the line? If you feel that you won't have that issue, then it's something you should go into. Okay. So mindsets, expectations, and just the ability to embrace your differences.
Yeah. Okay, so now I understand clearly that you actually said, I mean, it's you and the person in it and all of that, nothing else should matter. But the truth is that, especially where we are, like a question actually just came in. Now, in-laws, right? I literally know someone that's like, no, you cannot marry that woman. She's older than you. We don't do it in this family. Do you understand? So things like that, how would you say they also handle the pressure from the in-laws saying, oh, no, things like that?
Like I always say, it's you and your spouse.
Ah,
At
so
the
you
end
should
of the
just ignore-
day, no, at the end of the day, I mean, you could listen to them in a
Yeah.
way, but you should also follow your heart. You know what? I mean, they're not the one that's going to marry for you. At the end of the day, let me give you an instance. Maybe your folks are like 50 or 40 years older than you, and they want to be making decisions for you. When you're like in your 60s, your folks would have gone. And at the end, yeah, and that's a fact.
truth,
That's the
it's
truth.
hard.
Your folks would have gone, and you'd have to live with whatever decision you make. So you should be able to know at a younger age what you want as a person and what makes you happy, not what your folks tell you to do or your siblings tell you to do.
Okay, so now I want to come from the angle of knowing yourself. So for instance, what you said you're a liberal guy. There are a lot of guys that actually are big on respect. Do you understand? So does knowing yourself and knowing what you like, does it play in any way? Does it come to play in any way? Because sometimes, yeah, you might meet someone, you might vibe with the person, and I think sometimes you get to find out the person's age, and all of a sudden something just flicks in your head. Do you understand? The relation is not just the same again, and then you have underlying thoughts, oh, is it because you're older than me, and things like that. So would you say know yourself, I mean, and as a guy who likes respect and likes to be adored?
Well, I think respect is reciprocal, and I think it goes both ways. And if you want respect, you'd have to give that respect back too. So if you have a spouse that you feel that you want them to respect you, you still have to respect them. Even for someone like myself, I respect people that are even 10 years younger than myself, even friends that are 10 years younger than myself. I respect them, and I expect them to respect me back. So I think it's just a matter of, what you can give and what you can take
Okay.
to the relationship.
All right, so now I'll also ask this question from this angle. So now there's also, I don't know if it's a myth, but I think biologically, right, women are known to age faster than men, right? So if you're not talking about marrying a woman that is 10 years older than you, even when you marry the one that is younger, she already looks older than you because of the stress you stress her during the marriage, do you understand? So now how can that be managed, or what context would you see that from? Because you can't cheat. Biology is biology. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. But I was thinking about something yesterday, and do men pass on before women? I mean, if you like statistics,
Based on their risk,
but based on the statistics, yes, they do. So women even last longer in life than men. So yeah, so I think it's about like I said, it's about expectations. It's also about what you feel that you can deal with as a person. She ages younger than you. She develops, or she ages more than you. She develops older than you. There are a lot of things you need to put in place, and I don't think it's an issue for me. It shouldn't be an issue for anybody when it comes to being in a relationship.
Okay, now, so being honest now, based on your history and experience with matchmaking, have you had challenges in this area?
I have.
Where age has been a struggle. Can you give us like some instances?
I have. I believe a lot in free will.
Okay.
But I have conversations with my clients, and I tell them what are important when it comes to relationships. Although they have concerns, and most of them actually tell me that, oh, she's younger, she's older than me. I don't think I can do that. And also, but for the ladies, funny enough, they don't have any issue with that. They don't have any problem with that. They always ask me those questions, would he be okay with that? Would this potential match be okay with me being older than him? Because I don't want that situation down the line where he feels that the age thing becomes a conversation, and so the men have quite some issues, but the ladies don't really have issues.
So why would you say, did you probe further to find out why the men have issues with it?
It's a mindset thing. Most men, I noticed that a lot of men like dating people younger, like 10, 15 years younger than them, but I always try to play that card. Sometimes when a 40-something-year-old man reaches out to me and he says, I only date a 25-year-old girl, I ask him one question. What makes you think that the 25-year-old girl wants to date you, that you're in your 40s? So it's a two-way street for people in relationships. And a lot of men also, they have this mindset of, I want to date someone younger. But I always ask them that same question. Okay. What makes you think they want to date you too? So there needs to be a lot of flexibility. Yeah. You need to be able to recalibrate your mind on the things that are most important in relationships.
Because I know a lot of times, I know that something that also arises is responsibilities. Because when women get older, they seem to worry about more things. They seem to have more responsibilities. Now, you're in your 30s, you find a lady probably in her 40s, maybe she has like a kid here or something like that, and men don't want to take on that much responsibility on themselves. So in that situation, how would you say they handle it? If the love is there, but I mean, these responsibilities are like a lot.
Well, if
And does that also, sorry, I'm just adding on this, does that also affect, I mean, who takes what responsibilities if they actually get married onto like bills and who earns more and all of that?
I think it's about your capacity. It's about what the man earns and what the man can do. For instance, if you're a lady in your 40s and you're doing financially well, and you're a man and she like meets a man that is in his 30s, and is not doing so badly himself, but she understands his capacity. She knows, for instance, if a man earns like, let's say 500,000 a month and is able to sacrifice 350,000 to the family every month, the wife will actually understand that the man is making sacrifices when it comes to that. So it's important about knowing your capacity and knowing your contribution in the family. And that's just basically it. It's not about, oh, it's 50-50. Nothing is ever 50-50.
Nothing's ever 50-50, very true. On that note, we'll say thank you so much for actually speaking to us. True, actually, I think I kind of get where you're coming from, Sha. Thank you so much. Always a pleasure having you here.
Thank you so much.
Have you here again next week, right?
Yeah.
Amazing. And if you've heard it, age is not, it should not be a canceling factor, all right? So look for that person. Or let the person find you. It's top of the hour. We're going on a quick break, and when we come back, so much more still happening in this space.